Good morning and thanks for joining us here at 11. In just the last hour, our state's attorney general promised to do all he can to get assault weapons off the streets in this state.
A news conference just wrapped up in Seattle, and KOMO's Theron Zahn joins us with more on that announcement. Theron?
Yeah, in the news conference, Attorney General Bob Ferguson said that large weapons like the AR-15 have no place in civilian use. The news conference included state leaders, including the mayor of Mukilteo. Now, that was the scene of a deadly shooting at a teenage party in late July. That shooting left 3 young people dead. The AG's bill would ban the 30-round clip that the AG says was used in that Mukilteo shooting.
As Attorney General, one of my highest responsibilities is protecting the public safety. To that end, working with legislators and stakeholders, I will propose a bill in the upcoming legislative session with 2 key elements. First, a ban on the sale of assault weapons, and second, a ban on high-capacity magazines.
Now, we just got reaction from the Libertarian candidate for Attorney General, Joshua Trumbull. He says, quote, "I am against the measure. People have a right to own rifles, and I believe people have a right to 30-round magazines." Now, we're also taking an online poll. Do you support the proposed ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines? You can weigh in on our Facebook page and Twitter pages. We'll have a full report on today's announcement in later newscasts.
I suspect we'll hear from a lot of people there. And the issue of
You're watching King 5 News.
It is my hope that we can make Washington State safer and reduce the potential for mass shootings here.
The father of the lone survivor of the Mukilteo shootings talks about newly proposed legislation to regulate weapons like the one used in that attack. Washington's Attorney General announced the new legislation this morning.
King 5's Michelle Lee is in the newsroom now with all the new details about this. Michelle?
The message was very clear coming out of the AG's office. The time is now to ban the sale of assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. That was the message. That news conference centered around the Mukilteo shooting where 3 young people were killed and 1 seriously injured back in July. Now, that accused shooter, just 19 years old, used an AR-15. Within the last hour, more than 3 dozen lawmakers, community leaders, and even the parents of Will Kramer, who survived being shot, made the plea. They say it's not right that it's easier for a 19-year-old to buy an assault rifle over a pistol, marijuana, or even a 6-pack of beer. They say the time for change is now. Not only is it a bipartisan effort, it's a community issue that impacts real people.
I have been heartbroken and shaken to the core of my being with grief and anguish by the recent tragedy in Mukilteo, where 3 19-year-olds were murdered and my son was nearly killed. Believe me, if we have any say, and I believe we do, we want to do what we can to stop this from happening elsewhere.
And if it doesn't pass this session, and I intend it to pass this session, I will bring it back next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, until it is passed.
So you might be asking what's next. Ferguson says he'll start going line by line and crafting a bill that will get passed. He'll also be meeting personally with Republicans. Now, he says he knows it's going to be a hard fight, but his office has looked at other states that have passed similar laws and says there has been support also in at least 3 federal courts. So if you want to know more details of this proposal, it is a basic proposal right now, but we've got it for you on king5.com. Back to you.
Michelle, thank you.